Alright, here we go. Welcome again. This time, we're gonna go over how to make a super amazing account on Master Duel. And I promise you, you will thank me. The first thing we're just gonna get into, first thing you need to do is you need to not start the game on a console. If you are on a console, do not start the game because it will link your account forever. So if you did anything on this account, you are basically, screwed. But, it's not the end of the world. You could do it without doing this, but if you want the most efficient account possible, the most baller account possible, you want to start on your phone. So you want to get your phone, you want to download Master Duel. You do not, and I repeat, do not want to link anything yet. You're gonna use your phone to download Master Duel. You're gonna start the game. Do not link anything. You're gonna play the game. So now we're here. Bam. Let me just plug in my controller. This is where you're gonna be at on your new account. And I'm gonna go through every step. Those are just to get you started. You want to start on your phone. The reason why is because playing Master Duel on your phone is the only way you can re-roll your account. So if you open up 100 packs and you get absolutely trashed, you can just delete the app, restart the app, do this process again, and you will keep doing this if you're really serious about it. You will keep doing this until you get a really good account. You're gonna, well, not really. You're gonna get a really good account regardless, even if you get crap cards. But if you want the most efficient way, you're gonna probably keep opening the packs until you get cards that you're like, oh yeah, this is good card. Yeah, I'm fine with these, and then you'll proceed to what I'm about to do now. So let me do this. All right, so we are back, and this time we finally downloaded this game. So, once you do this, hold up, let's get this out of the way. Okay, so this is our new account, freshly made. Now, if you do it now, you're going to be able to get these rewards. I suggest you do it, personally, which is why I'm making this video. Um, and they give you they give you a free structure deck. What the? Okay. Saga of the Dragon Emperor. Target one dragon you control, its attack becomes double. Okay. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Special summon one dragon exceeds for that is banished in your account. Oh my! What the? Okay. Well, there you go. You get a free Galaxy deck. Oh my! This is actually so amazing. What the? Let me tell you something. The Galaxy deck is actually really good. I actually have it. It's very good. Okay, so that's a blessing right there. Wow. Can't believe they actually gave you that. So once you get to this screen, your fresh, brand new account, we did not do anything yet. Okay, the first thing you want to do, okay? Now, let's say you didn't get that deck. You're gonna scroll down here, and you're gonna see this rookie and returner mutual following campaign. This is actually gonna give you a free deck. Now, what you want to do is you want to take this code, and you can use this code because it's a fresh account. So the first code would give you this deck. You get these cards. The full Sword Soul deck, I think this deck is actually very good. And they also give you the 2 boss monsters. This is very good. You could just hop in and start playing and learning this deck immediately for free. And they give you some Dark Holes. They give you Incredible Ecclesia. That's a very good card. And they give you these two, which are both generic monsters. This one's generic. So yeah, this is the first thing you want to do. And if you don't have nobody that can help you, it's okay because you could just go ahead and make another account, and you could get someone else's phone. Like I said, start with the phone. Don't make it on the console yet. And get someone else's phone. Have them make the account. Put this code in, and you both will get this deck. Of course, you don't care about them; you just care about you getting the deck. So that's out the way. Now you have one deck, right? It's okay. Sometimes you can't get it. Not everybody can get it, you know. But if you start it now, you get the Galaxy deck. I'm not gonna do that right now. You can just copy the code for this. I just want to look real quick because that was very cool. They really gave you the deck for free. That's actually very amazing. This deck actually has a very good staple in it. And also, you get, well, first off, you get a couple of good staples. You get this Galaxy Eyes Prime Photon Dragon. This is a generic level 8, pretty good. And also, you get Galaxy Eyes Full Armor Photon Dragon, which you can use this and overlay into this, and then you can pop a card on the field. Very good. Also, you get Trade-In. Extremely good card. Okay, this is like a staple for ranked 8 decks. And while we're here, I just wanted to look at this, but we'll get more into this. So the first thing you're gonna want to do after you do all of this stuff, you're gonna want to go to solo. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna do 1, 2, and 3. You could do these. Do these 5 or 6, like as much as you want. You're gonna do these. I'm gonna do them real quick, and I will be right back. Also, real quick, when you get to this mode, this second dual training, just do the ones with gems. You don't need to do the whole thing. Just do these up here, bam, because they're gonna give you 200 each, and then 600 each. Excuse me. Yeah, you just have to do these. See, you don't really get none from anything down here. A few accessories, but nothing good. Actually, except this one. You want Roto, so make sure you do this one right here. That's a good staple. So yeah, back to the program. All right, I'm back. I didn't do that many, but I'm just gonna show you what I did do. And I only did these two. I did these two, and I did this. All right, only these and this. I didn't do this because this is to just show you, but you want to do this one too. You want this card. You want it. It's a very good card, and it's that one you need. And I did this just to show you guys. You could do as much as you want, but I'm gonna say, let's first, before I say what I'm about to say, let's just go ahead and take these 23 missions. Alright, so, you know, that's pretty decent, but I'm gonna go ahead and say you want to get at least 9k. I'm gonna go ahead and take these missions as well. Okay, so just for demonstration's sake, you want to do as many of the missions as you want, and you don't have to do all of them. It takes a while to do all of them. So, like, I would say after this, like, you could do as much as you want. You know, you're free to play the game, but you should probably save these for when you need gems. And the reason why I say that is because if you start it now, you either have the Galaxy deck, right? Or you have the Sword Soul deck, which the Sword Soul deck is a complete deck. So I'm going to just go ahead and tell you the next thing you want to go ahead and do is go to the shop. Now, we're going to talk about these packs in a little bit. you're gonna want to get this dual pass. This is one of the things you want to get. Besides this, you want to get one of each of these packs. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. I'm gonna go ahead and get this. And the reason why you want this is because it's gonna, you'll once you buy it once, you never have to buy it again. You just have to manage your gems, okay? So the reason why this is so good is because you get 3 free UR cards for every dual pass. That's very good. Stop underestimating it. A lot of people don't really think about it, but 3 URs is a lot. 100 UR is a lot. Of course, you gotta finish the whole thing, but at the same time, this will be renewable 100 UR every battle pass for free. Remember, all of this is free. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this now. You want that. Now we're gonna go ahead and open these packs. Now, you don't need to open all of them. I'm gonna say you open all of them. The ones that you 100% need to open are all of them. Let's just do it now. You want all of them. I'm gonna skip the packs. Now, the reason why I'm telling you to do this is because not only do you get really good UR staples, but it's just that, these cards can go in every deck. And you're going to see why I'm saying to do this, because it's going to help you. So you see, in the Master Pack, it's basically randomized. You can get any cards, right? But if you just keep looking, you might see some really good cards, to get more points. I'm just doing this just to show you guys real quick. But you generally want to do more. You should have doing all the 5 stories I told you, you should have over 10,000 gems. So I'm just doing this as a demonstration. We actually did get a Royal Rare, so these types of cards, we'll go over the rarities when I get to that section. Right? We're going to go over, press start button, or just, click on that. And we're going to go ahead and dismantle selected cards. And from here, we're going to go to filter. And we're going to filter out all of the cards we do not want, or cards that we'll never use, right? So, for me, for the sake of this video, I do have a deck that I am going to build right now in front of y'all. So, let's do it right now. We don't need this, we don't need these. If there's cards that you're thinking about, ooh, I like this card, I might want to make this deck, then you keep it. So, information. This is actually, some people throw this engine into decks. So what I would say with something like this is I'm going to keep this because you never know if you want to use it. So I'm going to keep that. Get rid of all of these. Maybe you want to keep this link. It's an SR. And it's generic. 2 dark monsters. Not very good, but you could use it. We're going to get rid of this because we're not playing Kashtira. But you just want to be mindful. Remember, we got the Galaxy Eyes deck, so, we don't need this. Oh, this is a decent card. I'm going to keep this card because I think it's okay. Maybe I want to use it in another deck. Trapstone, I'm going to keep that. I think that's a good card. I'm going to get rid of the rest of the cards I do not want. No, no, no. I mean, the virus cards, some of them are good, depending on the deck you use. I'll keep this in here for now. We want Zeus. This was probably the best card we got. No, it is the best card we just got. And we're going to go ahead and dismantle everything. Maybe you want this card. Just keep them with you, just in case it's, you might want to use it. Or Sardix. We'll get rid of that. We'll keep this because maybe someone likes this card or whatever. I'm going to keep Leviathan Dragon, never know. We're going to keep Gozen Match because that's a good card. What does this card do? That's Reteller Knights. Get rid of all of this. Ooh, Therion Dino Coliseum. You might want to keep this. You never know if you want to make a... because some machine decks use this for ABC decks, they use this. They're on King Regulus. Um, Otherwise, just get rid of it. Just be mindful of what you're getting rid of. Okay, you never know if it's a good card. Sometimes you want to read them, like Gravedigger's Trap Hole. Maybe you want to build Trap Trick, so you would keep that, right? Okay, we dismantled the most we can. Now we're gonna go back in. We're gonna keep all of these. Get rid of that, actually. Keep these. And bam. Okay, now off of those, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards, 8 cards that we could potentially use in other decks, okay? Especially this. So now we're going to click cancel, and we're going to actually, I'm going to left click. So it's going to bring up the cards that are mine, that I own. So the next thing you want to do here, and we're going to do this now, we're going to actually go ahead and hit left trigger, or if you're on the computer, you are going to just click it and click this little icon right here, the star, and that will favorite the card. So the reason why you want to do this is because these are cards that you can splash in a bunch of decks, right? All of these. Lightning Storm, this, all of the cards that are going to be staple cards to you, we are going to do this for. Bam. Mageki. Monster Reborn, yes. And then these cards are from the deck. Draco Utrid. I like this card. I think this card is very powerful and underrated. It's too bad it's a trap. We could put this as a favorite because it's a generic. We could put Cult of the Haunted, even though nobody ever uses it. Trade-in. That is definitely a staple in a lot of level 8 decks. And I'm pretty happy with what we have right here. And so now the reason why you do this is because you right click and it'll bring you to your bookmark cards or your favorites, whatever you want to call it. And you can just go, oh, okay, I want to make a deck, so I'm going to put all of my staples in the deck, right? Because these are the cards that go in every deck. So we're going to go over the rarity. See, the rarities, the reason why you want to do it like this is because if there's cards you can dismantle, you don't want to get rid of them. Of course, you can't get rid of some of them. But you want to prevent yourself from dismantling cards like this. So, sometimes you saw something like the Royal Rare cards. Those, if you see those, they're worth more. So if your card is shining or something, if it's just like silver lighting, it will give you 5 extra points. However, if it's a Royal Rare, that one card you can break down and it would become 30 points, which is essentially one other card. So you could break down that one Royal Rare that we got earlier, which we did, and we could craft a new UR card. So let's get into like the deck that we're gonna talk about today. For a starter deck. Now, if you did not get the Galaxy deck, or remember you have the points. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you the most efficient way of starting your account, right? So like if you are worried about like, oh, I like these cards, feel free to spend 1,500 on this Blue Eyes deck. I mean, to be honest, this is a pretty complete deck. You get most of the things you need. So for 1,500, you will get some good stuff like Melody of Awakened Dragon. That's a pretty good card. You would get 3 Blue Eyes, right? Jet Dragon's a very good card. Keeper of Dragon Magic, very good card. Things like that. And it also gives you a rank 8, which is generic, which is actually extremely good. So, like, another thing, I'm telling you to look through all the decks, because some of these decks have good cards, or a generic links or good SRs, and you just want to be mindful. Like this one has debunk. Debunk's a pretty good card. But you do not want to spend it on stuff that isn't good. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I like I really like this deck a lot. But we're not gonna build these decks. This is optional if you really want it. I just suggest you look at the cards that are inside, and yeah, because a lot of these decks have trash, and it's not worth your money, to be honest. Some of them are not even worth buying, like this one. It's terrible. So anyway, let's move on to the deck that I want to talk to you about. It's a super easy deck to make. Very good. It's a very good deck, very annoying, and it is Eldritch. I spelled it wrong. I don't know. I don't know how to spell it, I guess. So, L, is it L? What L? Okay, whatever the case is, we could just click on this card. This is another thing you could do. Like, let's say you see a card you like, oh, what's in that deck? Here we go. Here's the deck I was looking for. So, this is a very interesting deck, and I think it's very powerful for what it does. Of course, we can't get this. I think you gotta get that out of, like, a certain pack. So, this is the deck I'm gonna make, for starters, because I don't have a deck. I have the Galaxy deck, but I want to build one deck that could take me through solo or duel, so I want 3 of these, right? So I'm going to go ahead and generate 3 of these. Right? Because this is going to be my deck, right? We're going to put 3 of these, 3 of these, 3 of these, 1 of this. I'm going to put like 2 or 3 of these, I guess. And I'm going to put 2 of this. Now, I crafted these 3 because I have the points. You can, of course, build, if you wanted the pack, you would build a card from it. I would suggest you do SR because SR resource is fairly easy to get. So, like, you would go ahead and just generate this card, which is what I'm going to do. And this will unlock the pack, like you see above, LB and RB for me. So, or you could just click up here on the key. And every time you get a pack, it's going to give you 1 free pull. So let's go ahead and try this. Sometimes you get a good card, sometimes you don't. But you want to open this pack before you do anything, because what if you got that fusion right there? That would be a card I didn't have to craft. So there you go. That's done. Now, we're going to just go ahead and build this. Generate 2 more. You do not have to build this deck, but the reason why I'm building it is because it's very cheap. All of these points I just got was free, and it's giving me a decent deck to run through against real opponents, you know? We're going to build all of this. Now, you don't have to do this. You could open the packs too. You're free to do whatever you want. I'm gonna go ahead and build 1 of this, just so I have the fusion. I don't really need to, go into all of that. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to related cards, make sure I have everything. There's a few extra cards. I want 3 of this. We want 3 of this. See, there's more cards. This is why you use the related to cards. And I'm gonna put 2 or 1 of this because you can banish 1 card from the graveyard. But it might be a good card for you, you know? It's up to you. You can play with the cards and you can figure out how they work. So I'm gonna go ahead and generate this. And this is what you would call a core, right? This is what the deck runs off of. And also, instead of doing it like this, you could just press the start button and go to batch generate cards not owned, and it will go ahead and do everything for you, right? I don't have enough points to do this yet, but that's completely fine. Completely fine. Because we could just go to this, see if there's anything. Nope, there's nothing because we don't even have cards yet, which is perfectly fine. So we're gonna go ahead and, um, of course, you're gonna have more points than me. So yeah, trust me, you'll be able to do this. I just cut it short because I didn't have a lot of time and I wanted to get this video out. So here we go. We're gonna go ahead and look at the staple cards that we made. Now, there's cards that you always want to have three of, and I'm gonna go through that right now. I'm pretty sure everybody is gonna want three Ash Blossom. Now you want to be mindful because making these is 30 a pop, so I have 15. Um, like 150, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and make two Ash Blossom because this is a card that's gonna go in every deck. Almost everybody plays this card at three, right? So another thing I can look at is Infinite Impermanence. This is another card I think is a brain dead move, and I will be crafting the two extra cards, and there we go. Now we got 30 cards in our deck, right? So now you got options. You can go ahead and craft Nibiru, or you could keep him at one. Personally, I would probably he saves games. Not gonna lie. You could be cheap and just not craft anything just yet, but I would recommend the first two you want to craft 100% is Ash Blossom and Infinite Impermanence, as you can put them in every deck. The same thing with Monster Reborn, I could put this in every deck. Lightning Storm, it's a one-of for me. I put it in every deck. Triple Tactics Challenge, depending on the deck you use, you might want to use this card. This is a very powerful card, and it would probably be recommended at 3. So, Eldritch. I made this one card. So another card, we're gonna go over some of the staples that I'm gonna recommend you make when you do this. Now you don't have to always, go one for one and do exactly what I'm doing. But generally, you want to have three Ash Blossom and you want to have three Infinite Impermanence. I promise you, that is the way to go. Another card we're gonna go over is Super Polymerization. This card is one of the greatest cards of all time. It's a very good void breaker. Once this card is used, there's nothing anyone can do about it. That's why it's so powerful. So I would say you want this card, and since this is an Eldritch deck, I want this card at 3. And I'm going to show you why. Got a Polymer, trying to break down the thing. Oh, wow, why is it not putting up the spell? I want this at 3. And of course, I don't have the points to craft it. But I'm just going to show you the deck that I'm going to make right here. So I want 3 polymerization, and you're saying, hey, where's the fusions? Well, for one, we have one right here. Level 5 or higher zombie, so it's basically just this card. Right? Ash Blossom is also a zombie, keep in mind. But the Super Poly targets, you want the fusions, right? So one of them is Garura. This is one of the cards you want. If you decide to make Super Polymerization, which I think everybody should have this card, it's just too good, at 3. And just don't go crazy. Like, listen, you will be able to do all of these things and much more. But generally, what I'm trying to tell you is you're going to use these cards in almost every deck. So it's worth it to make them now. So that way later, I'll be like, oh, I want to make a new deck. I got 3, you know, 6, 9 cards that go into every deck. 10, 11, you know what I'm saying? So on and so forth. So your super polymerization targets would be Garura. Garura is one of the best targets, and it has a great effect. It's a UR for a reason. And we're going to go Mud Dragon. These are my picks. Mud Dragon. It's a SR. We can craft that now. The UR points you want to be mindful of. I just made these because this deck is actually, it's already done. To be honest. We don't need these cards. It's already done. But we're going to go over it more. Mud Dragon. We want Freda Plant. The Predaplant engine actually has some really good cards. Uh, this one is one fusion plus one dark monster. Dark monster could be, it's just because dark is so common. It's worth it to try and just do this, especially if you're already using a fusion deck, right? Um, Besides that, you can go for this one. I am not gonna say his name. Trifulvervotum, whatever. Three dark monsters on the field, right? He's obviously better than Dragostapelia, but if you could guess Dragostapelia, very good, um, you know, card in general. But dark is so common that it might be worth it to just do this and make him, right? Also, we're gonna leave Garura there, and yeah, so our deck is almost done. We're gonna go over a few more cards that I think everyone should have. Uh, I'm gonna skip ahead to where I have all the cards laid out for you guys. Alright, so here I am with the next section. These are a lot of the staples that you can use in every deck. We're gonna go over a few of them that I think are incredibly essential. Now, you can stop the video here and look at all the cards. So I'm going to make some notes about these. Side-frame driver. This card will be used along with the other card, Side-frame gear gamma. These two go together, and also emergency teleport. I just want to make that note because they uh, they all go together. They're all like one staple. You have to use all of them together. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and go over some of the cards that you absolutely have to make. Okay. Now you can make any card on this list. Over your time playing, you will probably get some of these cards in packs. But to start out, you need to get these cards. You need to get 3 Ash Blossom, which I already told you. You need to get 3 Infinite Impermanence. Okay. And you need 3 Maxi. So once again, 3 Maxi, 3 Ash Blossom, 3 Infinite Impermanence, and 3 Nibiru. These cards together are very, very extremely powerful. I also like to use Dark Ruler no more because sometimes, you know, they have like 50 negates on board and they're all monsters, so this will shut down their whole field and they can't do none unless they have a spell or trap that can respond to this. So yeah, just take a picture of this and just remember that you want all of those. Other cards that you want 100% all the time, which 100% all the time, if you're running Xyz, is Double A Zeus. This card 100% all the time. If you do any Xyz summoning, you want this card in your deck. It's just too good not to have. Along with that, I would say SP Little Knight and IP Masquerena. Now, IP Masquerena is very good because you set her up, and when you link with her, link monster that is used with this a link monster that uses this card as material cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects, which you would want to use Masquerena, and Masquerena would go with another card to go into SP Little Knight, which will give you a banish. Then if they try to do anything to negate Little Knight's second effect will activate as a quick effect. You could banish itself and a monster on their field to protect Little Knight from getting negated. Okay, that's just a thing you can do. It's a very good interaction. Along with these two, I would say the Nightmare package, which consists of Nightmare Cerberus, Nightmare Phoenix, and Nightmare Unicorn. The reason why is because when they activate on summon, so these cards all go together with Masquerena. When Masquerena is on the field, you have, if you need to get rid of a monster, you use this. If you need to get rid of a spell or trap, you use this. If you need to get a monster, if a monster cannot be destroyed or something like that, you're going to use Unicorn. Unicorn's going to send any card on the field back to the deck. Um, So yeah. Um, or you can go into well, that's pretty much it. I was gonna say you could go into Appaloosa. You don't want to do that. You want to just put her out. If you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it on your turn. On their turn, you're gonna go Little Knight, Unicorn, Phoenix, or Cerberus. So you only need one of each of them. Um, but yeah, once again, 3 Maxi mandatory, 3 Ash Blossom mandatory, 3 Infinite Impermanence mandatory. If you want to go, and 3 Nibiru mandatory. If you want anything else, I would say Super Poly is the next one, but then you need also Garura. They're all fusions, so let's just go here. You want Garura, you want Mud Dragon, you want Starving Venom. This is another one that I forgot before. This card right here, very good, and it's an SR. 2 dark monsters on the field. No tokens, so yeah, you want to, these would be your super polymerization targets. Unless your deck calls for something specific, then you could squeeze in some other cards, but generally these 3 cards make up a lot of the game. Alright, so let's go into the next section now, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here I am again. Now we're in the shop one more time. Now, you could go ahead and get this for 1,000, but honestly, I mean, it is kind of worth it. If you don't know what you want, you get like 2 extra things for 1,000 instead of just getting 10 packs. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and look at these cards because these packs usually have very good cards in them. Right now, Dia Bellstar is kind of like really broken, and I see here a few cards that can be used in multiple decks, like Psyframe Vera Gamma as an SR. Formula Synchron used to be very good as well. Not played as much, but then we got Ringleworm. This card's actually very good and very powerful. Effect Veiler is in here. This pack in general, I think, is very strong. And you have this girl right here. She's very amazing. Along with Snake Eyes, which is the best deck. So, yeah. I would say go ahead and pull the trigger because Jess Synchron is also here. Emergency Teleport. There's a lot of good stuff in this pack, to be honest. So, I'm going to say green light on this pack. We're going to go over the other packs as well. Now, this one as well, I'm going to say this. If you run any XZs that are rank 8, I would say that Runix is a staple you should have. I think every rank 8 deck should have this card. So I would say this, if you're into doing pendulums, is a good deck. Or Sky Striker, because they just got a new card. So yeah, Fire King Snake Eyes was a very good. And you have some of the Supreme King cards. So there's like 2 or 3 decks you can make out of this pack as well. So the third pack that's out has Little Knight in it. This is another good one. It also has the Horus cards. I'm going to go ahead and say that this is another green light. The Horus cards are extremely powerful, and you can splash them in every deck. Also, the Memento cards are in here. So, for me, personally, I would go either Revive Legion or Victory in Progress, one of these. Generally, they have an even amount of cards. But I will say that this pack, I should say, excuse me, has 1 staple. It has 2 staples. 2 staples in this pack. And it really depends on what you like. Promethean Princess is a staple as well, if you run fire cards. And I'm going to say that between these 2 packs, people are going to hate me for this, but I'm going to say this pack might be better because it has a splashable engine. That's actually very good. The Horus cards are very good. And it has SP Little Knight. So if you get any one of these or the fire cards, I think either one is like its personal preference. I'm gonna go for this one because Diabell Star is in it, and honestly, I think she's broken. So I'm gonna open this pack. And we did get Diabell Star, which is very good. We got a Snake Eyes card. Not very good pulls, to be honest, but we did get her. She is in, I guess, Gloss Finish. It means that she's worth 15 points now as opposed to 10. But if she was Royal Rare, it would be 30. So, you know, just that to keep in mind. And we did get this Wanderer Rider Griffin if you want to go for Adventure. And then we got all these other cards. So I'm going to go ahead and open up another pack of Revived Legion now. And we actually got nothing good. That's pretty sad. But it's okay. That's how it is sometimes. But if I really wanted to, I could just go back into training mode. Solo mode and go ahead and do that. We did get Promethean Princess. That's a very good card. Honestly, if you pull this card, I would just keep it just in case. Along with, like, Salamangreats are in here. If you got lucky, like I just did, and got both of these, you could go ahead and get the structure deck of Salamangreat and actually use both of these. They're very good as well. And we did get a few Horus cards, which is fine. And yeah, now I'm gonna go ahead and open up my secret packs. These are from crafting cards. And look at that, we just got a UR for free. This is why this is important to do now. Also, Vanquish Soul is very fun deck. And mind you, only do this part if you have extra stuff and you still, you don't know what you want to do. There's plenty of gems you can earn, especially if you start the game right now. So I think that's very important to notice. SR, let's get rid of all of these. I'm going to keep the Horus cards. I think they're very good. If you see a card that you think you're going to need later, keep it. I don't need any of these, so I'm going to get rid of them. I'm going to keep Promethean Princess just in case. I'm going to keep the Horus cards like I just mentioned. Get rid of all of these. Keeping Diabell Star. Let's get rid of this. I'm going to keep this. This is a decent card. Get rid of these. And, yeah. Do this. Now, let's go to our bookmark cards. And let's see if we can just get, like, one or two cards. We're going to throw Zeus in there. I'm going to put Monster Reborn. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. We already put Monster Reborn. We're going to go ahead and put... He's also level 10. I'm going to talk about that in a couple seconds. We're going to throw in... We could do this. Each player can only control one attribute of monsters, and all other face-up monsters. That's another good card for this deck. I'm going to just put Effect Veiler and this, and call it a day on that. So let's go ahead and look at the rank 10s, because the rank 10s, we might want to make some of them. They're URs, but that's perfectly fine. We could just go ahead and make this. And I'm going to go ahead and start a match with these cards, just like this. Let's see if we can win a match. I've never used this deck before, so please spare me. But you can do this. This is another thing. If you're going to grind all of this, you're going to want to start here to get extra. You want to do this immediately, okay? Do not waste this. You want to do this. Do as much as you can until it's over. Because when this is over, which will end next week, Then you just go, okay, I want to start here. And then you get all of these points. You look at the rewards. Look at this. 300, 200, 100, 100, 100, 100, 200, 100, 100, 100, 100, 200, 100. And you're going to go all the way to gold 1. Now, just be mindful that once you hit gold, it's going to send you back to silver when the season resets. But also, besides that, if you go to platinum, you'll start in gold. So the higher you get, the more points you get. But, you know, well, not really. Once you hit platinum, you don't really get a lot of points. So you probably want to just stay in gold and silver. But don't do that. You know, strive to be a better player. If you could get higher, then do it. If you can get to diamond and master, this is where you get a lot of points. If you get the master, you go here, bam, and there's a lot of points. That's a few thousand gems alone. So we're gonna go ahead and start a match with the deck we just made. And we're gonna see if we can win. Now, it's not the most perfect deck. Is it optimal? Probably not, but this deck, I promise you, will get you some wins. So let's go. I should have let him go first, but just for the sake of playing, we're just gonna go ahead and do this. Let's see. I never use this deck. Reversal, please. Don't hurt me. Alright, so we got from your hand and defensive, use a hub, you can special summon elder monsters. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start with this. And look, as you can see, you can send this card and one spell and trap from your hand to be grave. So basically, what you want to do is go do this. We have 2 of them, so I'm gonna activate this, and I'm gonna go ahead and grab this. I'm gonna grab the counter trap. Now I'm gonna go ahead and activate this one. By his own effect. And now we can send whatever we want to the graveyard, so we could do this and get golden land. Well, yeah, it depends what you need, which is this is the one you probably search for. I'm gonna go ahead and send this to the grave since we have one in our hand. Oops, that was a big misplay. That was a big misplay. But it's okay. It's okay. Because now we could go like this. Do this. Set these. Set these. And go like this. I was supposed to activate that card, by the way. Like I said, I don't really know how to use the deck, but as you can see, like, we could go in. Banish. And we're gonna go ahead and get Conquistador. And we're gonna end our turn and see what happens. We're gonna go ahead and do this. Activate Conquistador in our graveyard. And we're gonna go ahead and put this on the field. If you control no monsters, you can only special summon. Or you can just do this. Whatever you want to do. It's up to you. So we're gonna go like that and see what we can do. Yeah, this guy might be playing on a phone because as you can see his icon his icon is like flashing and stuff. And also, just so you know, counter traps cannot be countered except by a counter trap, so. I think he's using the regular standard deck. You see, if he watched my video, well, we're gonna find out right now. But if he watched my video that you guys are watching right now, then he would have a deck like this and not like that. I'm pretty sure he's using just a regular. He probably doesn't even realize he can. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Yep, as I expected. Conquistador, destroy a card, yes. Waiting, waiting, waiting. Come on, Ito Andres. Okay, our turn. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and do... I'm gonna set a, we're gonna go ahead and set one of these. We'll just put another Conquistador. And we're gonna go ahead and actually overlay. Detach one material from this card and target one card your opponent controls. Destroy that target if you do inflict 1000 damage. Yes, we are going to do that. Sending our Eldritch, the Golden Lord, to the graveyard. And now we're gonna go ahead and activate White Destiny. And we're just gonna swing. And I think it's game over now. Like, it's not even fair. This wasn't even a good example, but just to show you guys like what the deck could do, it could do way more than this. Like, I wasted some cards as well, but this is basically what it does. It's very good for what it does. It's very consistent. Basically anything you draw will get this card eventually. Like, it's very strong. This is the only card that requires you to have Eldritch. And it's honestly a cool deck. I'll be real. It's a very cool deck. And I suggest, you know, it's cheap. That's another thing. It's very cheap. Very cheap. You just need the 3 URs, which that's 90 points, and then the SRs, which SRs is nothing. That currency is just so easy to get. You will have a lot. Waiting for this person, but anyway, in closing, I'm gonna say thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys learned something. Definitely do these steps. I promise you, your account will be amazing. I did the bare minimum, and I already have a deck that I could use against people. And we're gonna go ahead and destroy the Conquistador, because we could activate the Conquistador this turn if we wanted to. Is he disconnecting or what? And we're just gonna attack. Just gonna attack. We're 100 off. But you guys get the idea. You know, this is what the deck does. We didn't even go into the extra deck either. I mean, we didn't fusion summon. We did go into the extra deck. You know, obviously this was a bad example of a match. But I just wanted to show like an example. So guys, thank you guys for watching. Definitely give this a thumbs up if it helped you. And just remember, don't waste your gems. Always open the free packs first. You never know what you're gonna get out of those packs. Never ever. Okay? The cards that I showed you, block those because you can put them in every deck. That's exactly what I did. So yeah. Once again, thank you guys for watching. The Abel Star, very good card. I can't believe they made a card like this. It's very interesting. So, what is happening here? And I will see you guys on the next video. As soon as this guy would like get off his phone. Come on. Come on. Alright. This person doesn't know how to play. And that's perfectly fine. Because you're not going to be in this rank for a long time. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.